If you've thought about going into real estate, you should take a look at this interview. Recently, on a trip to Washington, I had the opportunity to interview a Navy officer, and she shared with us how she used the benefits that she got from the Navy and what she learned to turn it into a platform and a leverage to build her very first $1 million real estate portfolio. Welcome to our network series. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I have a new guest with us today, and we're going to kick it off by having her introduce herself. Welcome, Ana.
Hello, how you guys doing? Hi, I'm Ana. Nice to meet you. I'm based out of Washington State. Lovely to be here. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, that's okay. Good. Well, we are so glad to have Ana here on the podcast with us. Currently, Ana is a petty officer in the Navy who is transitioning into real estate. Very soon, she'll be one of our veterans, So glad to have you serve this country since you were, 21?
21, yeah.
A baby, Not that she's old now, but she will soon be a veteran. And I wanted to interview you because you've had kind of like an interesting path to get to real estate. I have not come across people who went from being in the Navy to doing real estate. Typically, you'll hear of people who went from being in the Navy to having a 9-to-5 job, which is very normal, to now have you transition to real estate. So I wanted to sit down with you to get to know a little bit more about what it has been like to be in the Navy and now that transitioning process to being out into a new venture. The first question that I have here for Ana is, how did you get started in the Navy?
I started in the Navy in 2014. I joined after 2 years of college. I didn't know what my major was going to be. I kept switching and changing my mind. So I decided to go into the military and just have a more stable life and then hopefully open more doors for me. Mm-hmm.
Being in a Navy, I believe you've been in the Navy for 9 years now, close to 9 years to 10 years. Can you share a skill that is important to develop early in your career as a Navy petty officer?
So early on in your career, I would say is to be adaptable and very flexible because it's going to be change happening quickly. So the sooner you adapt, the sooner you learn your job from the beginning, and the quicker you can advance in promotion, for sure. Definitely be adaptable and be flexible.
Being adaptable and flexible, I find that it is quite often a skill that is hard to develop, but I think that it is a very necessary skill because in any job environment, there will continuously be changes happening, and if you're very rigid, which I found myself being in college, very oh no, it's got to be like this, and then having to unlearn that and know that when you work with different people, there's going to be changes happening. You're going to require your skill set, but also you have to have the character to change and be molded. The next question that I have to Ana is the good stuff that she loves talking about is, what made you pivot into real estate?
What made me pivot into real estate was the fact that I did have a lot of VA benefits that I could tap into, such as my VA loan. So that pivot for me felt like it was almost like a necessity. As a veteran, we have something that it's entitled to us. So utilizing it, I was like, okay, why not? It was an accident, honestly, because we were living on base housing and I wanted to move somewhere else, and I kind of got into it by accident. So, and then utilizing my benefits, of course. So that kind of opened my eyes a couple years later, knowing that I can build generational wealth with it. So that pivot kind of happened that way.
That way. And when was it that you purchased your first property?
I purchased my first property in 2017. Yep, when I was 23, after deployment.
Mm-hmm. So, shout out, 23 years old, buying her first property in what state?
I'm in California.
In California,
yes.
And you're currently based in Washington.
Yes.
And so far, you have tapped into what we call the Millionaire Club. because we saw that article that was written about Anna, which I think is a stepping stone into what's to come for the future. What's one thing that you have focused on thus far that has helped you set yourself apart from your peers?
I would say is like my pace, the pace I'm moving at. At first I thought like I had to go learn everything all at once, do what everyone's doing as far as like what type of investments to tap into. But like you have to take a step back and realize what's important to you. And for me is creating my own rich life, and it doesn't have to duplicate anyone else, and always just relying on God's timing. Like, okay, yeah, this is when you should do this. It's not like you don't rush it, and do it. Learn everything. Learn from other people's mistakes, and do it at your own pace, because you can only design your own life.
And do you currently have any mentors?
Yes, I'm in a couple mentorship programs. One with Thatch Nguyen, Springboard to Wealth. I have a mentor here, I'm ski locally, and then my broker firm as well. And I connect with a lot of people online via like social audio apps, and we have a bunch of small communities there as well.
So I think it is important to have like a community that you have as a foundation that you can learn from and also pour into.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That is important on your journey for sure.
So what's one thing going into this new season of life that excites you, that you're looking forward to as someone who's going to be working for yourself pretty much now?
Right.
So what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to the most is being more creative with my time. So like I said, designing my own schedule, looking forward to working because I want to. And then having that drive where, hey, the check's not coming if I don't get it. So that's going to be something completely different. I'm excited for the new challenges. And when you're tapping into entrepreneurship, the sky's not the limit. You can do anything you want. So I'm excited for that and hoping God guides me in the right direction.
And then one more question that I have for you is, character-wise, what do you feel is something that you possibly need to sharpen in the real estate field that will help you to get where you want to go?
I would say since I had a 9-to-5 job, I didn't have to be as consistent. I would work my real estate business when I chose to, but I definitely have to work on my consistency in all walks of life and everything I do. If I have a goal, actually pursue it all the way through. If there's a finish or there's a beginning, there's got to be an end. So definitely consistency for sure, and then working every day and having more discipline no matter what.
Thank you, because many of you may not know, but Anna is actually someone that I would say in our community of little siblings that we look to for as reference, because honestly, even people older than both of us have said that the step you took, going into the Navy, was such a big step that a lot of us would never have thought of doing, or even thought that you would make that decision for yourself, because it was something completely different. It seemed very much out of your comfort zone, but we saw throughout the years how you matured, how you grew, and you became the woman that you are today, a woman of character, a woman of resilience and strength. And we wish you nothing but the best in this new chapter that is coming forward. It will have a lot of ups and downs, just like in anything, but I believe you have the character and the grit to get through it, and we can't wait to see what you have in store.
Thank you. That means a lot, and I'm super excited. I know I have a lot of support behind me, and just giving everything to my Lord and Savior and lean on to his understanding and not mine, and kind of stepping out of my comfort zone again, because I have been so comfortable for the last 10 years. So I'm excited for that and ready for what's next. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So I'm going to leave all of Anna's information down below so you can reach out to her. You can get in contact with her. Follow her on her socials. She has a love page, I like to call it, with her husband, Chris and Anna Love, that you can also go and see, like, you know, her fun side, her side outside of work, outside of real estate, and lean more into what Anna is doing. Thank you so much for watching thus far, and I'll see you on the next one.